Thank you for joining us today. We're getting ready to go ahead and start the Joliet Township regular, Township Board meeting at 175 West Jefferson Street on Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. I'd like to, call our deputy clerk to please call the order, or, yeah. I'm calling the meeting to order. Deputy clerk, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Deputy clerk Stephanie, could you please call the roll?
Yes. Trustee Arias?
Here.
Trustee Edwards?
Here.
Trustee Scutia?
Here.
Trustee Slattery?
Here.
Supervisor Morales?
Here. Thank you. Okay, so the first item on the agenda, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting from July 9th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Trustee Scutia?
Aye.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, we also have another set of minutes, for our special town board meeting that was held on July 16th, and I'd like a motion to approve those minutes. So moved.
Second.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Scutia?
Aye.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, great. So next on the agenda is we have time for public comment, and public comment is for any items that are on the agenda. I'd just like to mention that public comment is not a time to engage in conversation with the board or the supervisor. It's a time for the public to share their thoughts, our opinions, and we do give people no more than 3 minutes per meeting. Commentary should be limited to township business on the agenda. In case anybody is there anybody that would like to give any public comment this evening? Okay, moving forward, new business. So first on the agenda is we have a contract with the Joliet Fire Department and City of Joliet. So I think you guys all have the flyer that Ray is holding. We encourage the trustees, it's a 3-day conference, we have complimentary passes, it's $100 per person for anybody that wants to participate. But we would like to encourage you all, we have, like I said, complimentary pass for you to attend this conference so that you could really, get a true sense of the work that the township is doing with our first responders, fire department. If you could see also, Joliet Police, the City of Joliet rather, is gonna be participating as well, and we just thought this was a wonderful way for us to continue to grow our partnerships with our local constituents and first responders. The commitment that the contract is calling for is a $20,000 presenting fee. So if I could have a motion to approve this contract for this important and very much needed conference. Any questions, any discussion? Okay.
I'll make the motion that we approve the $20,000 fee for the mental awareness conference with the Joliet Fire Department.
Second. Okay, can you take the roll call, please?
Yes. Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Oh, sorry, it was Trustee Slattery
Yeah.
first and then Trustee Arias. But, Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
And I'll repeat again. Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Scutia?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Aye.
Motion carried.
The next item on the agenda is, our contract with ThriveWorks. As you all know, that we have gone back and forth on getting language approved to get this contract moving for some time now. This is where we're at, and our attorneys reviewed it, and so I'd like to ask for, if there's no discussion, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve and move forward.
I just had a quick question.
Sure.
Attorney Wallner, I was made aware that it was completely rewritten, the contract. Could I ask why it was needing to be rewritten instead of just amending it? Because I know we had, it's more or less the same language unless something else is revised.
The ThriveWorks or the Old Randy Medical?
Sorry, that actually got mixed up, yeah. You're right, I'll say that for later.
Okay, Yeah, that was Will Grundy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so did you have any other
No,
questions on
no,
driveway?
nothing on driveway.
Okay,
Apologize.
sure. Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the fireworks contract.
Second?
Trustee-
Can you take a roll call, please?
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Slukia?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, third item on the agenda, action item is for, positions that we're moving forward with opening up. As you all know, I sent you all a message on your phone that looked like this is what our, well, this is what our township looked like originally. This is just my handwriting. When we first took office, supervisor had two departments reporting, which was animal control and the general assistance. And currently, within just short time now, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more departments, okay, reporting to the supervisor. So that's, the expansion is calling for, we need more help. These positions are budgeted for, some of them are grant funded. So because of the expansion, we do need to hire more people, which is a good thing, right? We're doing a good thing when we're hiring more people. So, if there's no discussion, I'd like to leave some opportunity for questions. You guys all have the positions in front of you. There were some formatting concerns that were addressed, so that's been addressed, for you all. And if there's no other questions on that, if I can have a motion for approval for the positions of, it's a policy and program coordinator, media specialist full-time, and administrative assistant.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Directed at Ivan. Do we have enough money in the budget, or are we gonna have to, amend the budget for salaries?
There was a cushion for, a couple positions in the general town budget
Okay.
allotted for the, and, supervisors are aware of the amounts.
Okay.
Yes, so yes, we try to make sure, because we know that we're leading the township into and growing. We've known from before that we were gonna be needing more, so we allotted some, money for, specifically for salaries and for fringe benefits and so forth, so yes, but that's a great question, thank you. Okay, so do we have a motion in a second?
So moved?
Second.
Can you take the roll call, please?
Trustee Slukia?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and then the last item on the agenda for approval today is the ordinance number 401-2024 for Will Grundy Medical Clinic. As you all know, prior to this administration taking office in 2021, the Will Grundy Medical Clinic, had their funding rescinded from the township. And then when we came in, they approached us and asked if we could continue to support them, and we have been supporting them again since 2021. But again, because of the expansion that we've had, and because the services that they are offering also include, behavioral health and mental health, one of the items that the township is responsible for is we are responsible for preventing communicable disease. That's our responsibility, to work with our, we could actually start a hospital if we wanted to, but we're not gonna do that, okay? We're gonna support the organizations that are already doing the work. And so they've asked if we could increase that funding from $7,500 to $10,000 monthly. That's also within our budget allowance, it's not gonna break the bank. But I'd like to, invite any questions that you all may have, for discussion, or if you guys don't have questions, then I'd just like a motion to move forward. So if there's any questions that I can answer for anybody?
So,
Oh, okay.
picking up where I mistakenly left off at, yeah, to Attorney Wallner. Like I mentioned, we had an agreement with Will Grundy Medical Clinic before. Now it's just a different amount. As far as I'm aware, the language is all the same. Was there a particular reason it has to be completely rewritten instead of amended?
Two reasons. One, I still have the first draft, so it was easier to amend the amount in the original agreement, change the dates, and attach it to a similar ordinance that we had already passed previously. But second, this is an annually renewing agreement, so if this agreement is gonna continue on and on, I think it's always easier to restate the agreement. So it's saying, 2030, we're going to look and see what terms control the relationship. You're looking at one document, not trying to pull two old ordinances.
Okay.
But it took, minutes
Right.
to plug in the new amount, change dates, and it would have probably taken longer just to draft an amendment to the original agreement.
Okay. That was my question.
If there's no further questions, then I'd like a motion to approve ordinance number 401-2024.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Scootay?
Can you call the roll?
Oh, yes. Trustee Scootay?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. And then the last item, and this is not an actionable item, but it's more just for review. I'd like to just open it up to trustees moving forward to give you guys extra time to review the grants and what's being asked of the township. And give me your, in full transparency, give me your thoughts and opinions. We definitely love to support, and we have a lot of people in our community, in our township, that are community, focused, and that are doing great work already, and they just need a little extra support. This is never meant to fully fund any particular organization, for the whole year or anything. It's just as a very, very small supplement for organizations to continue. However, we noticed when we first came in, that, we funded many organizations, but then the word got out there and we received more requests. And so what we did in May of 2023, we came up with this 15-page community and nonprofit grant protocol that everybody has received when they're asking for a grant. It's on our website, the application's on the website as well. Once they receive this and they review it, they understand that there's protocol that they have to adhere to when they're requesting money on how that money's to be spent. And they also have to sign an acknowledgement of receipt, that they've received it, they've read it and received it. So currently, there's about 8 organizations that have not been funded yet this year. And I, being a new supervisor, I did not feel comfortable coming in my first meeting and just, giving away money without actually doing my due diligence and reviewing each applicant that is still pending for review, and welcoming any feedback from all of our trustees, because it's not just my vote, it's your vote as well, on giving you some time and space to review these, and hopefully we can come back. You can call me anytime, but I'd like to start making awards at the September meeting, if not by the October meeting at the latest, and doing disbursements at that time. But that's, right now, there's no action to be taken on any of these, so again, it's just to give you guys the time and space to also do the due diligence, and work with me collaboratively. And I wanna welcome your feedback on these awards. So at this point, I don't know if you guys have any discussion right now that you'd like to bring, or if you wanna bring it up later, privately, and I can answer any questions and we can go over this together. And if you don't have the grant protocol, we can email it to you, or I can give you guys a printed copy as well, so you can take some time and review it, with me as well. So that was these grants. I wanted just to inform the community that we are not turning anybody away, but at this point, we do wanna make sure that the funds are being used for what they say they're being used, and that we need everybody to adhere to the protocol that was given back in May of 2023. So that's the only thing that I have, for today, and, are there any questions or any discussion at this point about the grants?
I do have a quick question, but
Yes.
more about clarity.
Sure.
You said the grant protocol was 2023. We did approve one this couple months ago
Yes,
for 24.
there were several approved in
Okay.
20, but those have
No,
all.
not the grants, the procedures and policies.
Okay, so
We
what's your
approved back
So
in May.
It may have been May of 2024 versus May of 2023, maybe,
Yeah.
is that, I don't know what the revision's on the bottom.
Maybe it was a revision, because this one says issued May of 23.
Yeah, we just voted on it a couple months ago for 2024.
Okay, so
So I
maybe
just wanna
this
make sure we're
is,
sending out the most up-to-date one.
okay, we'll check, but,
I seen it on the agenda for the May meeting. It says approval protocol for community grants.
okay. So maybe we approved it. I'll double check to see when we actually got this out, but this is the one I received and it has 23. So even if it's 24, then even more reason why,
Right.
like I said, I don't feel comfortable denying anybody
Right.
at all, but I wanna definitely review it and make sure people are understanding, cause some of the people that have not been awarded have not signed it either, so. Yeah, that's where we're at, but that's a good question, thank you for that, trustee Artis. Okay, so if there's no other questions, then, I'd like to go ahead and move forward with, reports. I'd like to start with, Highway Commissioner Vince Alessio.
So we finally got moved back into our offices
fully permanently after the renovations were done. And then we got hit with the storms and the tornadoes. Our residents, it's kind of like an untold story. Doesn't seem like it's getting a ton of news coverage. Completely horrendous, the damage that was done to the road district residents. We've had an exceptional amount of overtime coinciding with that. We're working with the county to hopefully get those monies reimbursed through the emergency funding, so we're doing everything we can for that. We did work with another township. We brought in a machine. They donated some labor to us, so it was very beneficial for everybody involved. And like I said, we're working to get that reimbursed best we can. That storm, I know it did get some coverage the day of, but a lot of it was downtown oriented and stuff like that, but our residents were really feeling it. So we just completed cleanup last Friday with that. So yeah, so it was almost a full month of cleanup. So we've had a bit of a chaotic summer. So if anybody gets calls, some grass is a little bit longer or something like that than it usually is, it's because they've been attending to the, storm damage. I wanna invite everybody, we're gonna do a ribbon cutting August 26th at 9 a.m. at the Sugar Creek Bridge. This is a project that was actually something we noticed a need for when we were campaigning, listening to residents, hearing feedback prior to being elected. This is something that we knew was dealing with waterways and stuff like that. It was gonna take a long time to complete. It almost took the entire term. But I'm happy to be getting it done. There's been a lot of engineering, a lot of time, and it's not just the bridge. There's walkways. They're all wheelchair accessible walkways. We changed the way the drainage works going back. We changed the way the flow works. Again, due to resident feedback on the site. And so we did a lot with the community. I hope the community nearby is very happy about it all. It's a major thoroughfare, for that neighborhood. And I can tell you that because we get calls about wondering when it's gonna open back up all the time. But yeah, so we're really excited about it. Although it is a ribbon cutting August 26th, we're hoping to have the bridge done by the end of the week. That's should be done. So I want to invite everybody to that. And
What time?
it's at 9 a.m. August 26th. Sugar Creek Drive, Sugar Valley Lane, Joliet. And then I've been telling you that we're gonna have everybody down to view the renovations. We still have those plans. Like I said, we've been very busy. So we've been doing a few other things, but we still intend to do that. We'll have you guys down and we'll do some refreshments or something just so you get familiar. Very happy with what's down there, helping the employees who work there have more tools, more modern work environment, and just kind of tailored to what we're doing now. So pretty excited about that. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, next, if I can have our General Assistance Director, Patricia Venziano.
Don't have a whole lot this month. It's kind of been quiet for us a little as far as activity wise. But Sue's been keeping busy with the medical loan closet. She's been actually going out and picking up items that people wanna donate that they can't get here. Sue's actually been taking her vehicle and picking these items up. Alejandra represented the township at the Kids Fest down in downtown Joliet. We had 19 residents attend our July Light Heap event, which was like remarkable because it was truly like the end of the season, so there shouldn't have been anybody, but there still was, so that's really just a credit to the outreach that Alejandra does and making sure flyers are posted around town, and she brings them to Spanish Center and over to the Salvation Army when they do their food drive, their food giveaways. So big credit to her that she can actually find people out there that still needed help. Live heat season will start up again in October, and then the first outreach to our office should occur in December. I'm still waiting to find out what our scheduled date will be. So this year we were the third Wednesday of the month. So every month we had it on the third Wednesday. I'm hoping that we keep that going so that we can kind of post that. Now that the light heat funds have been exhausted, though, we're seeing an uptick in applications for utility disconnect service assistance because the utilities are shutting them off. Other than that, it's just business as usual.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, animal control, acting director, Becky?
All right, so animal control's been very, very busy this past month. We just recently hired a new animal control officer. Thankfully, he came highly recommended from Ericon. He's doing great. Anthony Jones, he was part of the Township transportation team. So we ended up taking him over by us. He's been a very quick learner. He'll be starting his on-call training next week. So he's been training during the week with us for approximately, probably about a month and a half, almost 2 months, which is a good amount of time for them. There's a lot for the new animal control officers to learn. So he'll be on nights with our on-call officer for at least a month before he'll be going out on his own. We're also in the process of hiring more weekend and holiday kennel techs to help with the rotation of the longer term weekend techs. Some of them have gone and gotten second jobs or a full-time job, so we need a few more just to kind of get in the rotation. We'll still keep the same amount on every weekend and holiday. Usually it's 3 of them, but it'll just give them more time to take a weekend or 2 off here and there. Unfortunately, like he was talking about the big storm, one of our newest vans that was in our fleet, that was fully outfitted, was damaged to the point of being a total loss for our insurance company. Yes. So a tree hit it, the whole side of it was damaged, and we were actually able to get the van into Mavron, which is the location that outfits our vans, and they were able to get the cages out of them. They're holding the cages there at their facility for our next vans that are gonna be coming in. So that will also help, because we'll just be taking those and putting them in. So I think she's come up with a new estimate and everything too. I was also asked to look into, because we also have air conditioning units in there. There's lights that were put on the vehicles prior to them being in the fleet. And insurance, I spoke to insurance, they said that they will take those they will reimburse us for those too. So that's what's going on with that. We do have 2 of our vehicles are going to Wicked Warnings on Monday, 2 of the newer ones, the 2023 and 2024. Wicked Warnings is where they have the lights installed. So those vehicles will be going Monday morning to have all of that installed, and then hopefully come probably end of October, the rest of it will go to Mavron, and the cages and everything will be installed in there. So then we'll have 2 more new vehicles in the fleet. Our cat adoptions at 4 Paws, which is a facility we use in Minooka, because we're usually just overcrowded with cats. In Minooka, they've been doing very well, and we continue to send them more and more cats and kittens as they come in. Unfortunately, we have been continuing to get a lot of calls for owner surrenders, animals being dumped by citizens, people not reclaiming their animals when they come in as strays. A lot of them are in extremely bad shape. It seems to be a lot more lately than we normally have. Bad skin issues, emaciated, other physical issues. We've recently had 4 coonhounds dumped in the Joliet area. Coonhounds are not generally in this area. It's not an animal that we see. But thankfully our vet techs, Lisa and Erin, they've been working very hard to make sure that all the animals get a lot of TLC food, plenty of baths, to need a lot of baths. Currently, we have 3 of the coonhounds available for adoption. The 4th coonhound is still in pretty bad shape, so we're sending him to a rescue. But I just wanted to throw that out there because our Khaleesa and Aaron are working really hard to keep them, get them to where they're gonna be adopted. We just recently had a huge Saint Bernard come in and he was just a mess from head to toe. So Khaleesa spent a good couple hours bathing him and clipping him, and his toenails were extremely long. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the issue of, these animals being left and dumped and people not picking them up. But that's happening. Like I was saying, we have an all-around great staff that keeps JTAG running daily. We have been a little short-staffed lately due to injuries, people having babies, and then we did lose one of our longer-term people. She went to work from home for another company. But we continue to work hard for the community and the animals that we serve every day. Anybody have any questions?
How long before the truck is replaced?
I'm not sure. That would be, it'll be a little bit. But like I said, we do have 2 of the newer vans that will be going to be outfitted and have their lights put on soon, so those will incorporate into the fleet too, so. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to call Director Keisha Ellis for the Violence Prevention Office. I know you have a drive, a commute home, so you don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting after you give your report. You're welcome to, but that's why I should have called you first.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for your time today. We are much closer to onboarding our outreach supervisor, where I'm working closely with human resources as well as our leadership team to fill the role. We would also like to take the time to highlight our recent collaboration with Nonviolent Cities Projects and Community Violence Intervention Program under Joliet Township government. This collaboration will bring awareness to the International Day of Peace event. This event plans to celebrate an International Day of Peace by doing a walk, having guest speakers, and coming together in community fashion to promote the reduction of gun violence in the Joliet Township area. In light of recent events of violence and aggression in our surrounding areas, the Community Violence Intervention Program has canvassed neighborhoods to be present and provide support to local businesses and residents of the community. We are advising local business owners of the victim compensation, which is VOCA, and available financial support of businesses. Community Violence Intervention Program has assisted 5 of the 7 families that has had incidents within the last 2 weeks. All clients have been offered wraparound services to ensure that all needs are met. The Community Violence Intervention Program has also completed 2 additional training programs for our required program training list. Those trainings are Stop the Bleed. We did that through New Lenox Village Hall, and motivational interviewing via the Prevention First platform. We would also like to encourage everyone to come out to our community chat, which is scheduled at the Mitchell Center on August 22nd.
What time?
5 o'clock. Any other questions?
Any questions, anybody?
I do. So I noticed you kept calling it Community Violence Intervention Program. Did
Yes.
you change it from Peace Over Violence?
Yes, we have officially changed as of a week ago from Peace Over Violence to Community Violence Intervention Program under Joliet Township government. Community Violence Intervention is the program model that we service under, and it is a national-wide intervention. Joliet Township government is also a part of the National Office of Violence Prevention that speaks to our representation that was at the White House in May. So we have decided it was best via legal to transition the name over to Community Violence Intervention under Joliet Township program, under Joliet Township to create consistency.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's also the model that the grants, that's the language that the grants use. So to stay in line with the grant language, we rebranded it under Community Violence Intervention, which intervention leads into prevention.
Perfect. Yeah, I just noticed the name change. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, so it's, I know everybody's trying to keep up with, we're no longer POV, it's CVI.
Yeah, CBI.
And somebody
Yes.
said we should be CSI. No, we're CBI.
Yes, so, going forward, the abbreviation will be CVI, and that is for Community Violence Intervention. But we also make sure that we work under the umbrella of Joliet Township government.
Thank you.
Did you wanna add anything about the conference that we're planning with the fire department? Anything you'd like to add? You don't have to, you don't.
We're excited. We're very excited. We are, reaching out to a lot of our national partners, and a lot of our local agencies to be able to present and speak on that platform, just so that we're able to educate the community on what community violence intervention looks like and how that platform is to merge, and be successful with other local government agencies in the area. So we wanna make sure that we are providing awareness and prevention, to the community members as well as our stakeholders to know how we can come together and combat the violence that has taken place in the greater Joliet area.
Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it, thank you so much.
Anybody else? No? Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, thank you, Keisha. Next, if I can have, our transportation director, had to leave a little bit early today, but, we are gonna have a report from our transportation department from our second lead, Mr. Skylar Reed.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank you for having me. A little bit last notice, but good to see everybody here. All right, fantastic. Yeah, so July is kind of crazy. So it's one of our busiest months we've had since we started the program. So we went live in March 15th. We did about 500 trips this month, and we did that for about 200 different clients. So it's a lot, and we're also down drivers, right? I keep hearing that. And that storm too, that got everybody's vehicles. We had a vehicle sitting at Pep Boys for a sensor, and then a window got busted out by a tree, so I'm not sure what we're doing, but should try to look into that, right? Because I feel like we're being targeted, is all I'm saying, okay? So, anyways, besides that, so some of the stuff that you're doing, again, Family Guidance, some of our local nonprofit partners, Will Grundy Medical Clinic, and then our general senior and disabled residents program that we do. So we did also have transportation services for the YMCA and Park District. So that was for youth attending swim and field trips. We did about 40, 60 campers, 3 times a week between the Salvation Army. 3 times a day, 3 times a week. So like we pretty much have 3 or 4 trips a day, and we do about 40 to 60 campers. So we'd have like 3 of our 5 vans that were just going back from Salvation Army over to JUCO. I guess they have a new field building back there. I went to JUCO for like 2 years, I guess like 20 years ago, but I remember that being a field. But they have like a pool in there that's real nice, so kids went there, and then they were also able to go down the street, Essington, the YMCA to down there, so we transported stuff for that too. Also our senior suite building on Ottawa Street, so we were doing general grocery trips, right? So we have a vehicle there, seniors could get on, we would take them to Tony's, Julasco, I think, and Aldi's. Someone Dollar Tree, we're not sure. We're going to expand to Dollar Tree. I'll update the board if that does become something that we do. I'm teasing, but you know, we're just going to do different grocery stores, wherever gets the most response from our residents and whatnot. In August, I think we're kind of, also to our newsletter. Did everybody see the newsletter? That was a terrible idea. We've been getting so many calls from senior residents. I'm doing dozens of calls a day, and you know, I'm like, they're like, hey, how can you give me information on this? I'm like, no, I cannot give you information. No, I do. They're just really excited. There's such an outpouring amount of support and interest for this program. So the other one I want to tap onto is some of our individuals, residents are in wheelchairs. And those are the ones that, especially their caregivers, are so thankful. And the stuff that I hear, even though we're busy, man, you're going and we're driving and then you're trying to answer phone calls and you come out and somebody locked the one set of keys in a van, so you got JPD trying to, you're doing all this stuff, right? And it's like, it's kind of chaotic, but the residents and some of the stuff they say, you're like, man, this is it. Like, I'll do this every day, you know? You're having an older woman explaining to you how she would have to pick up her husband, out of a wheelchair to put him into a car. And we have a lift, right, that they can wheel right on, lifts them right up. I secure them in, I'm talking the whole time, and they have the dignity of transportation to the medical appointments that they have, right? So it's just really good. I'm really excited about this. I love this, all right? Again, we're helping residents, and it's that meaningful help too, right? It's having that impact on the community. Besides that, transportation department, we expand our partnerships, we had 8 memorandums of understanding, we went up to 12. We're not doing for everybody. That's the other thing too. Hopefully we get some more drivers and whatnot, the outreach, to keep garnering that interest and stuff, and getting vehicles, and yeah, but it's good. I mean, I'm thinking we have 3, we're just running around, man. We got so much stuff going on. We need more vans, more people. But it's a good problem to have, right? So rather than instead of just me kind of sitting around, sending everything to voicemail, I guess, right? So yeah, but it's good. Any questions from anybody on the board?
I keep hearing great stuff about the transportation program.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear too. So, all right, cool. I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't talking too much. I was supposed to read a little bit, but I don't know, man. So. Anyways, thanks, guys.
Okay, always energizes the room.
Yeah, you gotta wake up, right? If I gotta be here, right?
Awesome. I'd like to call our, if I can call Haiti from our behavioral health up to the podium to give a report on the behavioral health team.
You got a tough act.
I'm not gonna be as funny. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Haiti Martinez Rosales. I am one of the bilingual trauma-informed therapists under CBI. So for July, CBI has been doing, CBI Behavioral Health has acquired 5 new clients, and we're continuing to work with 32 existing clients. I myself have completed our EMDR training, so I'm fully trained to start doing that modality with clients. Another therapist, Carissa Fleming, has also confirmed her stand trade training that she's gonna be, she has started taking in the month of August, and we'll giving her report back on that on the next board meeting. The Rockdale MOU has been reinstated and will commence at the beginning of the school year. The other MOUs are still pending, like Joliet Township and Morningstar Mission and Lincoln, but those will be coming up as soon as the school year starts. As we continue to grow under Joliet Township, we have also met spatial limitations. Currently, we've been working out of the conference room, but through teamwork and openness of my coworkers, they have been really kind to us in letting us use their office space when the conference rooms had to be used, just to make sure we're meeting the client's needs. Well, this collaboration has been very nice. We are very excited to move into our new space, the Forest Park Community Center that has been bought out. Last week, Carissa and I were able to go to the center. We were able to sort some things and some furniture, what we're gonna keep and what we're gonna toss. So we're very excited about our new space that will be renovated.
Great. Any questions, anyone?
Welcome on board.
Yeah.
So she's one of our 3, like she said, she's bilingual, and very much, everyone's asking for their services also, so we're happy to have all of our team here. Next, I'd like to ask Finance Director Ivan Diaz.
Yep.
Please.
How's everybody doing? The past month, been a lot of dealing with miscellaneous vendors and contractors. I do want to thank our banker at Midland, Denise. She helped us with transitioning from the old supervisor to current supervisor Morales. Made it easy for us. They also helped us with the purchase of the Forest Park building. Me and Alicia had a walk over to the building, and they helped us with the in-person wire transfer for that. There is nothing on the audit, both of them. So our normal audit, John called, he rescheduled to next week, the 20th and 21st. He was supposed to be here last week. It's fine, we're still confident in finishing on time with the deadline of end of September, so this will be fine. We got our other draft from the grants that we have, so we got that review in. They did have 4 findings. The findings are in regards to written down fiscal procedures and policies. So typically we follow GAAP, which is the generally accepted accounting principles, and that's where a lot of financial statements flow through. We don't have actual written ones, and that's what they're kind of looking for. So I'll be working on that. You'll probably see that in the next month, some actual written policies that we'll probably have to adopt. But I'm gonna go back and forth with them and see if it's okay with them for future purposes, and then you'll probably see it. So that's what I've been working on. Any questions? All right.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yep.
Okay, if I'd like to call on our, human resource, manager, Erica Holmes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A few of my colleagues already mentioned half of my report. So I'm gonna go back over it. I'm only going over job openings. So with CVI, which is Community Violence Intervention, they had 3 positions. The outreach supervisor is currently in its final, interview rounds. I did send over a few more that did apply, before I closed the rec, to the team that does the vetting for, CVI, which is TCS. Then they hiring for 3 outreach workers, so that position, is still open, the rec is still out there, so we're waiting on, how the director is going to pick those people, but there was a lot of applicants for that. And then the last one, which was posted on Friday for her to have an administrative assistant. We had close to 75 hits with that, and sending that over to her, we have streamlined a process within the next 4 weeks to solidify her admin assistant. Okay, and then animal control, we had 3 openings for them for part-time kennel techs. So I helped her with the first day of that. We went through like 8 people. Interesting if you're into animals. Me, not so much. So I let Becky continue the interview process and just followed up with her. So we have 3 people that will do shadowing this week to see if they can move forward to the next step of being hired and getting trained to be kennel techs. The last one is transportation. They have 4 openings for part-time transportation drivers. Their interviews will happen this Thursday. There are 3 candidates that are in the queue. So their process is a little intense because of the time frame. PACE only they do their training once a month. So by the time we do a background check, by the time they do the DOT and drug test, by the time PACE approves them, and that can literally take 4 weeks. So we have 3 people in the queue that just got their background checks. So now to get them over to PACE to approve, so they can go into the September 4th and 5th. Whole time, transportation, Skylar already expressed it. So we're gonna interview more people this week, because what happens is in that process, sometimes they find another job, something happens, it's part-time. A lot of times people are looking for full-time, so people tend to drop off. So we just kind of keep it rolling until we get people that's a little more solidified there. So that is the openings for Joliet Township government as of right now. Any questions?
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
The administrative assistant you said was posted this past Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Prior to us approving the job position?
I thought it was approved already.
We
No.
approved it just right now.
Yeah, you approved it, but I was confident that it would go through. It's something that is grant funded for the community violence intervention, so it's not affecting our budget.
Okay.
But it's something that, because it's been approved, it's posted, but we haven't made a hire. So an offer hasn't been made. So it can be approved, it can be posted. Like I said, I was confident that it would be approved. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erica.
No problem.
Okay, Mr. Wallace. Here's the best for last.
I had a new boss. The things I've been talking about is, and passing out flyers for our ride share. Told them we're in the process of hiring more drivers because it's really doing quite well. And that we bought the Forest Park Community Center to hold our ride share program out of. I said if it keeps on going like it is, eventually we might be able to take people to the grocery store. It's like I said, it's in a pilot program right now. I also pass out the flyers for our township services. In fact, I gotta get some tomorrow from you guys. This It's just some of the services that we provide, which we do so many, it's a good list. I'm in the process of signing up veterans for our luncheon November 1st at the Moose. It's the first Friday in November. I saw the CEO of the Moose the other day, and I said, how soon do you need to know how many people are gonna attend to order the food? The Monday before. So I got the rest of this month, September and October. If I have to do it a couple times, make sure I don't miss anybody that wants to come, I got plenty of time to do that. Now, St. Joe's Steak Fry is next Wednesday, 12 o'clock. I think you guys got eight tickets. So make sure you bring your utensils, okay? There's no business meeting, it's just a cookout. After the newsletter come out, I got 2 phone calls from 2 citizens. And one asked me about the senior group meetings that I started mentioning. Well, can I go to them? I said, well, it's not up to me to invite you. It's up to the president if they're taking people. Like St. Joe's is not taking anybody. And when he says, well, I live by the Second Baptist, I see that. I said, well, let me call the president. I couldn't get a hold of her, so I called Luann Johnson, the treasurer. She said, everybody's invited. Well, the person never showed up. And the other lady wants to know how we're involved with Catholic Charities. I've called her back a couple times, she hasn't returned my call back. I talked about our partnership with the Red Cross last week for our blood donations. So really that's all I got to say. I knew we needed to see you, Anna, tomorrow, and I want to pick up some more flyers for both. Is there any questions? I think last year, our second veterans thing, I think we had like 60 people, I think. So, really, I'm figuring just, and last year, we had a band that we paid for 4 hours, right, from 12 to 4. Well, after people ate, let's say, because we have a little ceremony before, introduce some guests. Like everybody got done eating by 2 o'clock. I think the people that were, after they ate, they were all gone by 2:30, quarter to 3. So I think I'm just gonna get a DJ and play, you know, like some service music and just regular music. We paid $400 because that was the bill, because that's what bands get for 4 hours. And CEO, I saw him later after that thing, the luncheon, and he said when they wanted to get paid, he said it's gonna be $500, so they kicked in 100, the Moose did. So they have good food, so that's why I want to continue there. It's easy access for people that have any kind of disabilities. You go right in the front door, you can pull right up to the front door, it's right there, the room's right there. So, if there aren't any questions, I'm done.
Hey, John, since we have that transportation, Skylar's probably gonna be like mad at me. Have we offered transporting seniors to go to that event to make it easier for them?
Pardon?
Have we talked about using the transportation vans to help seniors go to the veterans luncheon? If they need a ride?
Next Wednesday.
Oh, that's
For the
right.
veterans
Yeah,
lunch,
it's
for the
veterans.
veterans.
Oh,
For the
for
veterans
veterans.
lunch,
Yeah.
yeah. Could
What?
we use the transportation vans to help any seniors who may not be,
Oh.
have transportation?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if they're residents, right? Also, all of our partner organizations, yeah.
All right.
I'll get you your flyers and I'll schedule what?
Yeah, I'll be down tomorrow.
Good.
I got therapy, I'll be down at therapy.
Oh, it's just about to die off, so this is perfect, you know? We don't want to be on our feet at all times, so good.
It's not like you wanted more work, Skylar,
No,
sorry.
Tanya, I love work, it's good, that's why I'm here.
So it's for actually for seniors, people with disabilities, and veterans.
Not I thought it was an older thing though, I thought these were seniors that were veterans.
So I'm thinking just catering to
Well, you're
senior
talking about the
veterans.
veterans groups that I go to.
Yeah, so the
Is
veterans
it
luncheon.
seniors?
Yeah.
It's a senior group, they're veterans.
They're all senior groups.
Yeah, then if it's a veteran group for seniors, we could transfer it to a
Well,
senior.
no, it's not a veteran group for seniors.
Senior group for veterans. I'm teasing, Jeff. We can talk about this afterwards, I don't want to hold this aside yet, it's definitely something we can do, so.
I just threw out an idea. However,
You started it.
She did. I'm not even looking over there, Jeff, I'm looking at you.
I'll be glad to help. If you need any help, I'll be glad to help.
Thank you.
You guys must have brought this up before the meeting.
Sorry about that, Jeff.
Tell you, we're hiring part-time drivers, so if you wanna sign up, hey. Since you're interested.
Correct.
Alright.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the supervisor's report. So as of, from July 24th, one of the priorities upon taking office was making sure that Ivan and I went and, changed all the fiscal information to my name as the contact for the township, as the treasurer, and also securing the closing for the Forest Park Community Center. So we closed on July 24th. From August 1st to August 7th, those days were very intense because I worked with my executive team, all hands on deck, Ivan, Anna, myself, and we all worked on gathering data for completing a grant for the Illinois Department of Human Services, which is geared towards civic engagement and leadership development, as well as recreation, sports, and cultural artistic activities. So all of those departments that have been added under the supervisor, if this grant does come to fruition, that will create another department. But we have to structure these departments with staffing, a director, assistants, people to do the work. So sometimes, like today, Trustee Arias alluded to having posted a position that wasn't approved. It is my purview as the supervisor to make those operational decisions, to post these positions, especially for a department that's already existing, and it's an administrative assistant position, so, it's not that big of a deal. I know when, use my proper judgment and making sure that big items like purchasing, acquiring, another building, definitely that has to be approved by the board first, so I understand when to make those judgment calls. Also, I attended my first community violence intervention team meeting with our director, Keisha Ellis, and discussed with the team. They wanted to meet me, who I was. I got a chance to meet everyone that's working there. Again, they're also a little bit short-staffed. We're working on, getting her fully up and running. Well, she is up and running, but getting her fully staffed. I've been conducting check-ins with the executive team, all of the directors, assisting human resources manager with, different progressive discipline protocols, reviewing the employee handbook versions because different departments have different needs, different hours, and there's different versions. And as you know, this particular building is very old, and we are doing some much needed maintenance to the building. If you look in this room at the ceiling, we have all new ceiling tiles, so it might look a little bit brighter than it has in the past. In the assessor's office, there were two pretty sizable leaks that were repaired. Their men's bathroom, Mr. Bercheski mentioned that they hadn't been able to use, it was out of order for like 3 to 4 weeks. Now they have a new toilet, and in fact, we have a total of 8 new toilets throughout the building with 3 new faucets. So there's some maintenance work that's currently going on. I heard the gentleman today say that the inside is finished, but they are working on the windows on the west side of the building by the river. The caulking is pretty much non-existing, and there was, in the GA director, Patricia Venziano's office, had a leak in the window foundation, which was seeping down into the assessor's office on the first floor. So water damage, there was quite a bit of water damage. That has been repaired, and all the windows are currently, they're being worked on, they're all being recaulked. So that was, an update I want to share with you guys as well. So as you know, homes, properties, buildings need regular maintenance, and we're currently doing that here. Having said that, now that we purchased and we closed the Forest Park Community Center, we also have done an assessment of the work that has to be done out there in that building for years. It has not been maintained. So we are gonna be investing in maintaining, we are working with union contractors to do the blueprint. The second floor is gonna pretty much be a gut job and renovated. Again, the first floor just needs some cleanup, minor, maybe cosmetic work to get our behavioral health team and our transportation team in there right away because they need space. We're still on top of each other upstairs having desks and hallways. But we're doing everything we can as an administration to make sure that we continue the services even if we have to sit in a hallway. Currently, as far as the clerk's position, we did extend the deadline till this Friday, so we are receiving applications, and then interviews will start soon, and I will notify the board because it'll be you four and myself to make a recommendation, okay? What I wanted to just kind of alert you, I don't know if anybody's traveled out to the Forest Park Community Center, if you know what it looks like. So the building, right across the street from the building, there's a lot, and it's just grass at this point. What I'm thinking of is turning that lot into, maybe a parking lot for our transportation vans to go. Because in the current parking lot where the building is, they don't have enough space. They might just have enough space tightly to fit the vans there, but then employees would have to park in the street or somewhere else. So that's one of the next probably bids that we will be, doing to have that small little lot there converted so that our vans could be parked right across the street adjacent, and installing enough lighting so that the area is well lit, which we know that dark places breed trouble, and having a nice well lit place, it inspires more safety. So that's just one of the things, thinking out loud, moving forward, what I just wanna alert you guys of, what I'm planning as far as capital projects. Aside from the remodeling that has to take place at the Forest Park Community Center. And we are continuing to structure the foundations that never existed before, and that's what we're doing. We're taking the time to, when we identify that there's a notice of funding opportunity with the state or with the federal government, to get a grant writer, or we convene together, get the data, submit the grant, so that we can secure these services, because we are actually, and Brian was talking to me right before the meeting, and he said we're knocking it out of the park with the things that this township is doing. So that concludes my report, and unless there's any questions for me, we can move into the bills. So, any questions for me at this time? Okay. So we can move on to approval of receipts.
I'd like to make a motion that we place the cash receipts into their proper accounts.
Second?
Okay, can you take the roll call, please?
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Scoopia?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to expenditures. I'd like to make a motion that we certify the cash disbursements in the general town fund of $563,047.90 as being correct, and that we approve them for payment.
Second?
Okay. Can you take the roll, please?
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Scoopia?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to the general town capital fund, I'd like to make a motion that we certify cash disbursements of $453,866.21 as being correct, and approve them for payment.
Is there a second?
Second.
Take the roll, please.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Scoopia?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to the general assistance fund, I'd like to make a motion that we certify the cash disbursements of $19,732.42 as being correct, and approve them for payment.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Scoopia?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to the road and bridge fund, I'd like to make the motion that we certify as being correct cash disbursements of $460,529.58, and that we approve them for payment.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
Trustee Scoopia?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to the animal control fund, I'd like to make a motion that we certify as being correct, cash disbursements of $78,692.98, and that we approve them for payment.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Slattery?
Aye?
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Escudero?
Aye.
Supervisor Morales?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the Joliet Township Senior Fund, there were no cash disbursements.
Okay, well, that concludes our meeting, and we can adjourn at 5:59. Sorry, I'm ready to go. Can I have a motion?
I don't know
Now
at
we're at
this
6
point.
o'clock. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn at 6 p.m.
Second.
Trustee Arias?
Aye.
Trustee Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Escudero? Trustee Slattery?
Aye.
We could stay longer.
Supervisor Morales?
Aye, thank
I
you.
mean, there's 4 eye votes.
There you go. Thank you.